Hi guys, how are you doing? My name is Leena and I'm the co-founder of Shaadivaale.com. And it is such a great feeling to be doing this. This is the first episode that we're shooting for our series, which is related to the wedding planning madness. Now I know that the wedding season is on peak and you must be looking for wedding inspiration all around. But trust me, like always, Shadi Valley has got you covered. And in this series, we're going to talk about different aspects of wedding planning. In every episode, we will be covering, topics that you won't find anywhere else and how Shadi Valley is going to help you plan your wedding in a better way, and it is also very efficient and effective way of planning a wedding because it's not going to cost you a bomb. So I'm sure you're going to love watching this kind of stuff online on YouTube because we have seen that there's no good content available when it comes to planning a wedding. So we're trying to take it very seriously and make it easier for you guys. So, in this first episode of the series, we are going to talk about how to begin the wedding planning journey. Now, it's very difficult to manage all things at once, which is why we recommend that you go step by step. So, talking about the first step, I would recommend you to visualize your wedding. Like, what kind of wedding are you, expecting, and what kind of things do you want at your wedding? Like, to begin with, let us talk about the gathering. Like, how many guests do you want at your wedding? Do you want to keep it a very intimate kind of a scene, or you want a grand, lavish wedding? Weddings have evolved over the time, and more people are nowadays preferring to keep the weddings a very private affair, just like our celebrities. So, of course, you have to decide on that as well. Like, what kind of wedding do you want? Are you going in favor of an intimate wedding or do you want a grand wedding? So, what's your call on that? You need to get a little clarity on your expectations. And once you have a clarity on the number of expected guests at your wedding, you can move to the next step, which is budgeting. Of course, you have to create a budget and set up a budget which is in sync with the number of guests that you're expecting at your wedding. So it's very important that you finalize your number of guests and visualize how you're going to do it, how you're going to manage all the other expenses, like the expenses that you're going to incur on venue and on catering, on decor. So all of these things have to be in sync. So deciding on the number of guests is very important, and then syncing it with the budget that you're setting up for your wedding. It is very important. To be honest, I believe that before diving deeper into the other aspects of wedding planning, you sit with your partner and families and you decide on an overall budget that you're gonna spend on the entire wedding, and then you of course visualize the wedding as per that. So both these things have to be in sync. Whatever you're visualizing for your wedding has to match with your budget as well. So you just need to sit and discuss what are your expectations, and let it just be clear with your families and your partner so that there's no dispute or disagreements later. It's very important to be clear and upfront in the beginning only. So I always advise that visualization and creating expectations and sitting and disclosing them is very important. So you have to make sure that you're sitting with your families, discussing with them whatever are your expectations, whatever is your budget, and you are very open about them so that there are no disagreements later during the wedding planning stage only. So these are all things which are very important, and we will be discussing about the other aspects, but we will keep this episode very short. So I would like you to do these two tasks as of now, and then we will be seeing you in the next episode and we'll talk about other aspects of the wedding planning. But till then, I wanted to enjoy these two things. So of course, just make sure that you're doing this very diligently and enjoying this phase of your wedding planning as well.